guys, boys and girls, today we're going to do word problems. The younger kids are like this. Yeah, whoa, word problems. They're so excited. And then when I work with older students and I say, boys and girls, today we're going to do word problems, they either go like this, or they're kind of scared, or they're like, I'm not feeling too good. I think I need to go home, right? They're trying to get out of it. All right, so I kind of want to see where you all are with your feelings about word problems. All right, so on your fingers, I'm going to hold up this board. I want you to think about where you are when I say word problems, and think about rating yourself on how you feel about word problems, either a 1 or through a 10. So if you rate yourself a 1, that means like when I say word problems, you're like, no, I don't like them. I don't like doing word problems. They confuse me. I don't get them. 10 being, yes, word problems. I do them for fun. I love word problems. 5 or 6, if you're kind of in the middle, you're like, they're okay. You know, I feel okay about them. So think about where you are on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. And I want you to hold up on your fingers. And I want to try to capture where everybody is. Will you hold it up, Amy?
I'm seeing, oh, we have some 10s, some 9s, some 7s, some 5s, 6, 8, 5, 3.
I can't see. What about Amber and Eli?
Amber and Eli.
All right, I see. Gable, you got 10 up?
See.
6. I'm just kind of marking where I'm seeing here. Or is it Tay? Tay, hold your fingers out. Let's see. Christopher. Let's see, another 10.
And if you need to rename yourself, friends, so if it doesn't show your name on there, if you click on your picture, there'll be 3 little dots. And when you click on that, those 3 dots, it says rename, and you can rename yourself. So then you can show us your name. So so that way, if you click on your picture and 3 little dots, you'll see, and then you can rename yourself. Because sometimes we'll say, it's harder to say like iPad. So if it doesn't say your name, feel free to change it.
Toby, Eleanor, and Calista, let me see your fingers up there. So 8, 10, and
10. She's got a broken hand.
Oh, poor Calista. Okay. And that's about 5. I think I got everybody. So I'm seeing. Did I just kind of seeing where you guys feel? So I feel like there's some of you that are kind of down here, and there's some of you that feel like, yeah, I kind of like word problems. They're really fun to do. All right. My goal today, and I have my 5th grader here with me, Ainsley. My goal today, Ainsley, where are you?
I'm like 7 or 6.
All right. So my goal today is that you move up. At the end of this, I'm going to do another one, and I want you to remember what number you said. And at the end, I want you to think, all right, do I feel better about word problems? So my goal is like, I want you to at least try to move up 1 number. Maybe some of you that are in the, 6 or 7s, or maybe you can even move up 2 numbers or so. All right. So that's my goal today, is I want at the end of this, you to feel like, okay, I think I can do word problems. And once you realize that word problems, it's just telling a story. And once you know how to tell a story, and you can figure out what the scene is looking like, then maybe you'll even like word problems and be like, hey, Mom, can I do some word problems for fun today on quarantine? All right. All right. So before we start, I want to tell you, because I have some 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, some of my number choices, I know 5th graders, you can do higher numbers, but I did bring the numbers down because the goal today is not really so much about getting the right answer, but I want you to be able to draw the story and be able to tell the story, okay? And I want you to try to set up an equation. So that to me is way more important, okay? Then, that multiplication and division will come. So today, some of the numbers, the 5th graders might be like, well, this is kind of easy, right? But I want to see if you can really tell the story. Sometimes there might be, for my 3rd graders on here, There might be some problems that I feel like you can do, but they're not just single digit numbers. So they might be a little challenging, but I feel like you can do them. All right. Before we start, I want to make sure, because I'm not your normal math teacher, I want to make sure we all are on the same page with the vocabulary that we're going to be using today. All right. So my lovely assistant here and we're going to talk to you on your paper. There are 6 words I'm going to just go over. All right. So I want you to make sure everybody has a piece of paper and a pencil and or a whiteboard. Yes, Austin, you got your, oh, Harper. Hey, Harper. Harper's doing this. All right. So on your whiteboard or paper, I want you to draw an example or tell the definition of the word length. Length. So on your paper, draw an example, or you can write a definition if you want to draw a picture or write it in words, whichever you like to do. Show me a thumbs up when you got what the word length means. Show me your thumb. That means you know what the word length means. And if you're not sure, that's okay. That's what I want to make sure everybody knows what these 6 words are. All right.
Kyle, did you have a question, Kyle?
What kind of like?
What kind of length? Anything you feel like you want to write for length.
What do you think it is? That's why I want to do this. Before we start talking, I want to make sure everybody's on the same, has the same ideas with what these words are. And that's Miss Jamie. She's going to be helping me today, which is great because there are a lot of you on here, which is awesome.
I'm right here. I just realized I didn't have my whiteboard in case we needed it.
Okay, yes. All right, everybody got something about length? If you don't, it's okay. Let's see what everybody put. Who wants to share what they put for length? Austin, I'll mute you.
Square, and I was like, so that's the length part right there, and that's the width part up there. So the length, I think, would be like that.
Okay, show me this. This means I agree with Austin. Do you guys agree with him? So he drew a rectangle, and he drew one of the sides is the length. Does anybody else have the same as Austin that you want to show up to the screen? Anybody else draw a rectangle or square? Gable?
Yes. I drew, for instance, a string. Like, you can estimate how long it is, and my estimate was 3 inches.
Oh, so how long something is?
Not exactly. I mean, you need a ruler to perfectly do it.
Good, I like that. Estimate's good math skill.
Yeah.
All right, anybody else want to have something different? Anybody else want to share? How about Janie?
Jamie, let's see. Yeah.
I measure, a length is a measurement that you use to measure something that you.
So it's a measurement, okay. All right, very good. All right, show us, lovely assistant. She drew an example what she thought. All right, so length. I feel like all of you guys had a good, so we kind of did something like Austin, but you're all correct. It's just how the measurement of something, how long something is, like Gable said about the string. So here's our length, all right? All right, how about their next word, draw an example of width. So everybody on your paper whiteboard, draw an example of width. All right, show me your thumb when you got it. Who wants to share with us? What does width mean? All right, Eleanor?
Width would be like horizontal and like kind of like the width of a car.
Oh, okay. So it's a measurement. What do you think, Callista?
How wide something is.
Okay. Anybody have anything to add? Christopher?
The width is something that you measure things up.
Let's spotlight his video. Oh, so you have length on one side and width on the other. Okay. Show us, Ainsley. Show us what we got. Here's our example. All right, width. So she colored in that side. So she had the length on this side, the width on that side. All right, the next word is area. What is area? Draw an example of an area. So I just talked about length and width. What is area? Show me your thumb when you got a picture or a definition of what area means. Reese? Tell us what you got.
Area is what is inside of a shape.
Oh, what's inside of a shape? Do you guys agree with Reese? Okay. Who else has a good picture definition? A lot of people agree with you, Reese. Who haven't I heard from? Casey? You have the same?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay. Anybody have a different way? Mia?
The area is in kind of like Reese said, but like you add to it, something like that.
Okay. Show us our example. All right, so Ainsley put that it is the inside. So the area is the space of a space that a flat shape occupies, right? Or the amount of space inside. I'm really, really glad that you did not say that area is length times width, right? Because that's not area. That is a formula. That's a way to find an area, right? That's a strategy. But what exactly area is, we had some great definitions. It's the space inside of a shape. All right, next word is, all right, see if you remember this, array. Draw an example of an array. My fifth graders, you haven't done this in a while. My third graders, you've probably done a lot of work with arrays. Austin?
I completely forgot.
You completely, that's how we're doing this, just make sure. If you completely forgot, if you're a fifth grader, you go see what you want. If you fifth grader, and you completely forgot, that's okay. That's how we're doing this. Because I know you haven't worked with them probably since third grade. All right, who wants to show us, maybe if you drew an array, that would help bring back some ideas. Harper, you got one? All right, Harper, here.
There's my array.
Okay, so tell it, what is an array, Harper?
It's rows and columns. Yeah, it's rows and columns.
All right, good, Harper. So she said rows and columns. Do you guys agree? Has something to do with rows and columns. Anybody else have something to add? Austin, did it come back to you?
I will say some people are just writing I agree in the chat as well.
Oh, great, great.
Still no idea.
Still don't know. All right, anybody have another way to jog some of our fifth graders' memory of what an array is? Christopher?
An array.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
So similar to what Harper said about the rows and columns.
Yeah.
Ainsley has a different example of an array. Ainsley, show them your array. All right, so she did an array like this with circles. It's similar to what Harper said, arrays and All right. My son is in second grade and they started this, and we actually went around and took pictures of arrays. It says arrays by Devin. So he found different arrays in our house. Do you see the different arrays? So we do a lot of arrays with second graders. All right. The other word, kind of Harper already talked about the next two words, is rows and columns. Who can tell us what rows and columns are? Show me with your thumb if you know what a row and a column is.
How about Alan? Alan.
Oh, it's like the rows of it is like how, like what's in the like how, I forgot.
That's all right. We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
How about Owen and Blake?
A column is vertical and a row is vertical. No. Horizontal. Yeah, horizontal.
Okay, so you're saying a column is vertical and rows are horizontal?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you agree, Alan?
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking?
Mm-hmm.
So Alan and Owen and Blake think that columns are vertical and rows are horizontal. Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see what Ainsley put. All right, so here's what Ainsley had. She agreed with you all, the three of you guys. So she has columns are the vertical parts of an array, and the rows are the horizontal parts of the array. You see it? Okay, got it? All right, so we good with our math language for today? All right, so let's do, today, I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna work on, so there's three types of word problems. There's three categories of word problems where you would multiply and divide, all right? So we're gonna work on just one of the categories today, and it's about symmetry word problems, all right? So symmetry word problems, on your paper or your whiteboard, can you draw an array with circles like Ainsley did? Everybody draw an array. It can be any array. It can be any amount of circles. And then also on your paper, draw a rectangle. So based on our vocab that I just went over, you probably know that our word problems today are going to be dealing with arrays and area. But the big category is they're all called symmetry word problems. But I want to ask you this before I give you, why are they called symmetry? Why are word problems involving area and arrays, why are they called symmetry word problems? Does anybody have a thought about why they would be called symmetry word problems? Look at your pictures you drew. Show me your thumb if you want to tell us why you think they're called symmetry word problems. Kyle?
Like in the rows, those the columns, they're like the same thing of the
Show us your. So they're the same thing? What do you mean? All right, she said they're like the same thing. Anybody want to add on to what Kyle said? Susan?
that if it can fold on top of it, then they both have the same area.
Oh, so you kind of drew it, there's a line of symmetry and I could fold it over. Austin, what do you think?
I agree.
You agree with that? Is there a set line of symmetry in the monthly array?
Yeah. There's like, you can like divide it in, like if you put the circles in the rectangle, then you can draw like the lines through the thing, and it'll show you that's kind of like line of symmetry almost.
Okay. What do you guys think? How else can I show symmetry with this array? Does an array have symmetry, Mia?
I would think maybe, probably not, but well, I drew kind of like what he did, and like it's like where you can use like this for like multiplication and division or something like that.
Yeah, the arrays can really help you with multiplication and division. Do you see, can I draw a line here, Ainsley? What do you think?
Yeah.
In the array?
Yeah.
Where?
Do that.
Oh, like across?
Yeah.
So I can fold it over. All right. When you get to 8th grade, you're going to learn that symmetry also. A lot of you I figured would be here with symmetry. When you get to 8th grade, you're going to learn about, everybody take your paper and turn it. When I turn my array, is it still the same amount? Did I change the amount? Yes or no? No, I didn't change it. What if I turn it again? Is it still the same? Yeah, it's still the same amount. So it has rotational symmetry, because if I turn it like this, 180 degrees, it still looks the same way as it originally did, right? So you'll learn a lot about that in 8th grade. But I know a lot of you right now know symmetry is putting a line down the middle and seeing if it's equal. So we call these symmetry word problems, all right? So you ready to try one? All right, I'm gonna share my screen. Make sure you have your whiteboard. All right, so here's our activity today. I'm gonna give you a word problem, and I want you to do 3 things with it. All right, number 1, on your paper, when you read the word problem, I want you to draw a picture to represent the story. Okay, so remember, this is all about telling the story. Can you picture what's happening in the story? So number 1, draw a picture. Number 2, see if you can write an equation to represent the story. All right, and you can use a question mark to represent what we're trying to figure out. And number 3, solve to find the unknown. So the third thing is just to solve it. Okay, so number 1, draw a picture. Number 2, write an equation. And then number 3, try to solve it. Okay, show me a thumbs up if you got it. Got that?
Yep, seeing lots of thumbs up.
Everybody has their thumb up. So we're going to draw a picture, write an equation, solve it. Somebody's wrong. All right. All right, so here, remember I told you we're doing symmetry problems today. Okay, there's grouping problems and there compare problems, but we're just doing symmetry problems today. All right, so here's our first one. All right, so try this by yourselves, and then I'm going to let you go in a chat room, a little room with somebody else to see if you agree with them. All right, remember, draw a picture, write an equation, and then try to solve it, okay? I'll read it out loud, and I like to stop at every punctuation because I like to picture what's going on. All right, so I'll stop at every punctuation. My family wants to bake cupcakes. All right, so I'm picturing that. There are 6 people in my family. To make the cupcakes, we will use a muffin pan that has 3 rows. Each row can fit 4 cupcakes. How many cupcakes can we make? So there's my first problem. Some of you, if you can draw that and write your equation and find the answer, I want you to try the second problem. So my early finishers, if you're waiting around for everybody else to do it, I want you to try the second one. And the second one says, after you find the first answer, if I wanted this same amount of cupcakes, but my muffin pan had 2 rows, then how many cupcakes would be in each row? So first try the first word problem, and for those who finish, try the second one. trying. Oh, Justina, I didn't see you on here.
Do you want a thumbs up when they're ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
If you
Just
finish that first problem, yeah, if you finish the first problem, the second problem is for those who quickly got the first problem.
okay.
So show Miss Jamie now your thumb when you have figured out the first problem. You drew a picture, you wrote an equation to represent the story, and then you solved it.
All right.
And if you're a little stumped, it's okay. I'm going to put you in a chat room with another person for about 2 minutes. And I want you to tell your partner maybe even show them your picture, because sometimes that helps to see it. Show your partner your picture and tell them how you drew your picture. Remember, this is all about telling the story. What's happening in this story? Are you ready, Jamie?
We are ready. If you are a teacher and you go into a chat room, please chat with the students.
Yeah, there's a lot of
different on here. So any teacher, please go to your assigned chat room, because sometimes the kids just are the only ones sitting in there. So please go and talk with them.
Okay. Oh, wow. There's 40 participants on here. All right. So you might have 2 or 3 people in your room. Okay. So when you get to your room, show them what you drew and tell them your equation and what your answer is. Okay. And see if you guys thought the same thing, or if you thought different, kind of see, like, prove it to each other. Okay. Good mathematicians prove what they got. Is everybody ready? When you see enter chat room on your screen, make sure or breakout room. Thank you. Keep going. All right. Got it? Here we go. All right, join your breakout room. Make sure everybody has somebody in their room they can talk to you.
Jana, I don't know how to make you a co-host.
Is Jana not a co-host?
No, Jana's not in it. Jana's not a co-host, but there was so many people. She's like, "Do you want me to help?"
Yeah.
So, all right, ZY, if you want to join your breakout room, you should have a blue button. If that blue button disappears, go to the breakout room bottom, and it'll come back. So then you can see it.
Do you see it?
I'm trying to unmute you. Jana won't let me. All right, now you're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I was trying to unmute myself, but I couldn't. It's like, you're muted by the host. I was like, oh, I want to talk.
Trying.
Bria and I have to jump off. We have a call at 12 with Piedmont, actually. So we'll jump off. We'll jump back on if we get off quickly.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Bye, Jana. ZY, do you want to just tell us what you got? Is it Zy or is it? All right.
No.
No, guess not. All Hopefully they had enough time. Hi, Bree. All right, everybody's coming back.
Come back.
Welcome back. Did everybody get a chance? Show me a thumb up to talk about how you got, what you got in your, for your telling the story. Wait for a couple people to get back. About 20 seconds before all the breakout rooms will close. All right, Ainsley, and she did her problem here, right, Ains? Yeah. All right, I want you, as we got about 5 seconds for everybody has to join us. Who wants to share what you and your partner discussed? And I'm going to, Jamie, if you'll call, I'm gonna record what they're saying on here.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Who wants to show us what they discussed? Try to make sure I get everybody. So just know there's a lot of people in here. Let's see. Let's go back up here. I think Casey. Can you tell us what you did?
I did, it's 12. I don't know if you can see it because
And how did you, but can you show us what your picture looked like?
oh,
Oh, I don't think we can see it with your Hawaiian background.
yeah.
Can't see. Let's say you have 3 rows of 4.
Out 3 rows of 4.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody see what I'm writing? So Casey saying 3 rows of 4.
And you get your handwriting.
It's really hard to write on here. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'm just playing around. You know, it's really hard to write on stuff like that. I know.
It is. It looks like a first grader wrote this, but it's all right. All right,
No. I'm judging. I'm just saying.
not judging. Thank you, Casey. So Casey, you said 3 rows of 4.
Yeah, 3 rows of 4.
Okay. Did you draw it?
Yeah.
So did you draw circles, X's? How did you, or
I draw squares.
did you draw it like this, like squares inside?
Yeah. Like,
So you had
no, not like that. I'm talking about I do one big square and then I did little squares inside like.
Oh.
So what does big square mean? What is that big square problem? Okay. What is the big square? What does this represent from the problem?
The pan.
The pan.
Oh, you really told the story. Did anybody else draw the pan?
Yes, I see Mia drew the pan.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm looking down to see. Show me thumbs up if you also drew the pan.
Oh.
Susan drew the pan, Janie drew the pan, Owen and Blake drew the pan. There's quite a few pans.
So they're really trying to think of what we're talking about here. That's good. All right. Did anybody else want to share what they did? Thank you, Casey.
Let me see. How about Nick? Can you share what you did?
I just times 3 by 4, got 12 for the first part. And then on the second, did 2 times 6, which would still be 12, which means that the answer for the second one is 6.
Oh, so you did 2 times 6. How did you know? It would still be 12. How did you know it was 2 times 6 for the second one?
Because I added 2 there, and 6 times 6 is, 6 times 2 is 12. And
so if it was 2 rows.
12. This felt like an easy question.
What grade are you in, Nick?
5th.
5th, okay. So my 5th grader's like, yeah, you kind of thought it in numbers, like you knew 2 times 6 equals 12. All right. And if whoever's drawing, if you'll stop drawing so you can see what I'm writing for the people that are sharing, that would help. All right. So how did you guys know? I see it says it says a muffin pan that has 3 rows. So I see that 3 rows, but how did you guys know that there were 4 columns?
How'd you know there were 4 columns?
Christina?
Because it said that there's 3 rows and there's gonna be 4 cupcakes in each row. So 4 cupcakes 3 times.
So each row.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you agree with them, Justina? That it kind of looks like this, or do you have a different drawing? Did you have the same exact drawing, or do you have something different?
Yes, I had the same exact drawing.
Okay. Anybody have a different drawing? Anyone have a different drawing? Janie, what'd you draw?
So I drew 6 people. I drew 6 people.
Okay. So you drew 6 people.
I drew 6 people, and then I drew the tin can.
Like a rectangle?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I drew 3 rows.
Like this?
Yes, close enough. And 4 in each.
4 columns or 4, you drew like 4 circles or?
Yes.
Or like this? Whoa. Would you draw 4? Sorry. Draw on here.
Allison, if you go up to your view options, you can see who is drawing. It'll say under view options. So that way, if we need to have anybody take a breather for a second, if you go up to your view option. So if you are annotating, go ahead and stop. So that way, just Allison's drawing.
Yeah. All right. So you drew 4 like this?
Yes.
Okay. In each row.
Yeah. Kind of like, but it's close enough.
Close it up. Can you show us your picture?
Yes, I can.
Janie. Everybody see Janie? Let's spotlight.
I drew the 6 people, then I drew the circles as the can. Then 3 times 4 equals 12. Well, we know that 6 plus 6 equals 12. So we know each people get 2 cupcakes.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Do you guys agree with Janie? So Janie, was that 6 people important?
Yes.
Okay. Why was it important?
Because each person matters about their the 2 cupcakes that each person gets that really matters.
Okay. So in this problem, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
How many cupcakes? Okay. So it matters. Okay.
We're getting a lot of chats that yes, they think they also agree with her.
That the 6 people matter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So did you use the 6 for this part?
I did.
Oh, okay. Okay. So does anybody know what type of word problem this is? Is this an area problem or an array problem? Eleanor?
I think it's an array problem.
All right, show me if you agree with Eleanor. Show me this sign. This means I agree. Do you agree it's an array problem?
Lots of agrees. I'm seeing all agrees.
Oh, all right, let me show you. We actually did this in my family. So here's what it looked like. Let's see if you were right. Were you right? Does your drawing kind of look like this?
Exactly.
Exactly. Oh, I even drew the pan. Yeah. All right. So this was before we made them. Now, after that we made them, we had a Harry Potter. We all had to make our cupcakes with a Harry Potter theme. So here's what my family did. And what do you notice about the way I arranged these pictures? Anybody notice something? Because I didn't notice it until I put the picture here. How did I arrange these pictures? Christopher? Oh, I thought Christopher was raising her hand. Who wants to tell? Do you notice something about how I arranged these pictures? Susan?
There's 3 rows and 3 columns.
Yes. It's a what? What is it?
It's an array.
It's an array. So what's the equation, Susan?
3 times 3 equals 9.
Excellent. All right. So these were our finished products. Okay. I did do number 8. It was supposed to be the sorting hat, but my kids said it looked like a poop emoji. But it was not going to be in cupcake design. So you can see we had a voting, had our family vote. All right.
One.
Who won? I don't know. I think this one did. This one, I think their dad did that one. All right. Are you guys ready for another problem? We'll do one more problem. You guys ready for this? Yes? Show me thumbs up if you're ready. All right. This problem is, so I'm going to tell you on quarantine here, Ainsley's laughing because I've been like really dreaming about putting a pool into my backyard. Okay. So here is my backyard right now. It has a trampoline and just a bunch of farce, weed, I don't know, kind of crazy. All right. So, but I've been like, oh man, in a couple years, I really want to put in a pool. So I'm in this dream phase of like, what does my pool, like, what could it look like? So I've been Googling at night, cool pools, right, Ainsley? All right. So I'm going to show you some of my pools. All right. And then I'm going to give you my word problem about it. All right. So look at this pool.
Ooh.
All right, so unrealistic, but isn't this awesome? Like, look at this pool. You know, we got Austin here sliding down, right, Austin? We got Harper in here, Susan swimming. You know, everybody's walk across the bridge. Alan, you guys all come on over, right? You can like walk out of the house and just slide into the pool, okay? So it's pretty awesome. All right, kind of unrealistic. It's probably really expensive, but let's go to the next one. Here's another pool. I love how this has a diving board. You know, here we go down the slide. We got a hot tub. You got this little sitting area here. It's pretty awesome. All right. The only problem is I have 4 kids in my family. And if you guys all come over, you know, there's going to be a lot of people. So the problem with like circular pools and oval, and it kind of cuts off some of the area, right? So now I thought, what if I do like a rectangular pool? So I thought this is cool. Still has a slide. There we go, Austin. Go down the slide, you know. Harper's jumping off. You guys are all swimming in there. No, Austin will be playing basketball, right, Austin? Austin's my nephew. Austin's like, are you getting a pool? All right, so they're all jumping in. You know, we're going to be up here lounging. All right, so here's my question. So I really like this rectangular pool because I feel like everybody can play in it pretty nicely. All right, so here's my question. So remember, try to draw a picture of it, write an equation, and solve it. If we put a swimming pool in our backyard that was 20 feet wide and 40 feet long, what would the area of the swimming pool be? Okay, so picture that story. Remember, word problems, it's just about telling the story. What's the story here? The story is Miss Allison wants a cool pool in her backyard, right?
And the chat was all saying they really like those pools.
All right, they like them.
Oh, you have good taste.
They all want to come to our pool party. All right, for those early finishers, if you get this done, I want you to try this next one. It says another swimming pool is 450 square feet. What would the length of this swimming pool be if the width was 15 feet? Now, my 3rd graders out there, I know you haven't probably done problems like this, but think about what you know if 20 feet wide and 40 feet long. Think about strategies that can help you solve that problem, okay? So third graders, I want you to try it because then you're going to be really ready for fourth grade if you can do these problems.
I think they've been doing 10 times single digits.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. You can decompose numbers, remember? All right, so hopefully everybody's working. Draw your picture, write your equation, and solve it for the first problem. For the ones who got it quickly, try the second one. As your picture in my cool pool in the backyard. Ainsley, you draw. Show me your thumb up when you have your picture, equation, and answer to the first problem.
Okay, I see Eleanor, Justina, Kyle, Nick, Susan, Austin, couple more.
All right, I think we're about ready to go into our breakout room.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when you get in your breakout room, tell them 3 things. Show them your picture, show your partner your picture, so your equation, tell your equation, and then what your answer was. Okay, I want to find out. My whole thing is in real life, I really need to figure out would this a swimming pool this size fit in my backyard, right? So there's a lot of math I'm gonna have to do before I put my dream pool in the backyard here. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing. Let's do our breakout rooms. I'm gonna put you with different people, so you get some different people this time, okay? Yes, Bria? Yes. All right, you guys ready? So remember, go into your room, tell your partner, or if it's a group of 3, share what you got. See if you agree with them. And remember, good mathematicians prove your answer. So make sure you prove it. And if you agree or if you disagree on what your equation and answer is. All right, you ready? All right, when you see join breakout room, go ahead and click that.
The blue button.
And tell them what you got for my swimming pool.
Go ahead and click that blue button to join. I think Maximus went to the restroom.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. I saw him go like this 1 second and run around. So, okay, go ahead and join that breakout room. Hey, Allison.
Yes.
A teacher privately messaged me and she said when you share your screen, if you click on there's something either like an arrow or a green button for viewing options.
And it says you can disable.
And you can disable their annotations. Like their view options.
Where is that?
Like up at the top.
Yeah.
By your green bar. If you click on view options.
Click on that arrow.
I don't see view options.
Oh, yours will say something different next to your green. Mine says view options, but yours as the host will say something different.
Up share.
Like you have that green bar, right?
Yes, got it. It's under security.
There we go. I'm like, she said it's right up there, and you can.
Thank you. Oh my God. It's just too many when there's that many people in here. Janie in breakout room 9 asked for help. Oh, let's join.
All right. Okay. All right, Miss Allison's not back yet. She was going to help a friend, so I wanted to make sure I got back here in case anybody did it, but it's still just the two of us.
Okay.
Did you see the other one she did? She said
And
450, the pool.
oh yeah, before you came, I was gonna start to do it.
Let's do it together. So where do you think the 450 goes? Do you think it goes on this side or in the middle?
I think on the middle.
You're right. Now, where do you think the 15 would go?
In the outside.
On the outside, this side or this side? What do you think? Here, what do you think?
Long.
Okay, we can do here.
In long.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how can we figure out this number then? Eleanor, Toby, and Calista, you guys can join us while we're here.
Having some great discussion about that second problem. Sorry, I get caught up.
That's okay. We will. I knew you were in a breakout room, so Christopher and I came back, and now we're working on how to solve this one.
Oh,
He's in third grade.
Oh, yes.
But he knew exactly how to draw the picture.
Oh, great job, Christopher.
Thank you.
So, all right, we should probably, I guess we'll let Miss Allison get back. But you did a great job with the picture. He could explain how he did it.
Excellent. All right. Does anybody else want to share what you and your partner talked about? That was the second one?
Yeah, that wasn't the first one. You already did the first one, so we've moved on.
Okay. What did you guys get for that first one? Because me, Reese, and Janie were having some math discussions in our breakout room. Does anybody fill us in? Austin?
I got 800. So I did length times width, and I got 800.
So you drew that. Good, Austin. So he's telling the story. So there's my swimming pool. Awesome. All right. And then Jamie, you're still working on the second problem?
Yeah, we just drew the picture.
I can't figure out the second problem.
That's hard, isn't it? Okay. Anybody want to share? What about the second problem?
Justina.
I did 450 divided by 15 and I got 30. And to check my answer, I did 15 times 30, which is 450. But I divided because I know area. Well, my strategy for finding out area is doing length times width, and which is 15 times 30, which got me to 450. And that's why I divided 450 times divided by 15.
Okay, so let me show you what Ainsley did, Justina, because it sounds like you two must go to the same elementary school, right? Because you two did the same thing. All right, is this what you did, Justina?
Yes.
You did 450 divided by 15?
Yes.
And equals 30. And then Ainsley also did a check here, like you talked about. She did 30 times 15 equals 450 to make sure. So you kind of reminded me of what Ainsley did.
Yeah.
Did anybody else agree?
I can tell you, we didn't solve it yet, but Christopher knew how to draw the picture. And he said that, Christopher, do you want to explain the picture? What did you say?
In 450 goes in the middle. And at the bottom, it goes 15. And then you divide it 450 divided by 15. And then you check it with multiplying.
And then you can check with multiplying. Good job.
So similar to what Justina and Ainsley did, except you did it through a picture, right? They kind of thought in numbers, but that's excellent because kind of like what Austin did, you really told that story and you drew that swimming pool. Very good. I'm super proud of you guys. All right, we're gonna end there. And my whole goal today, I know second problem was pretty tricky, but if you were able to draw, who was that drew that, Jamie?
Christopher.
Christopher, if you were able to draw a picture like Christopher and like Austin did, that's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted you to be able to tell that story and to draw a picture and picture what's happening. And that's what word problems are. All right. So if you will, remember at the beginning, I did this. I want you to tell me, my goal today was to help you guys just even move up one number in how you feel about word problems. All right. Some of you might be at the same place and that's okay. Hopefully nobody went down. Right. but I want you to hold up your fingers and show me how you feel about word problems. See if you feel any more comfortable about word problems. Let's see, a couple here. Christopher is at 8. Toby, you got 10?
Yep.
Callista and
He has 10. You just can't see your thumb yet.
Okay.
Here it is. The cast.
All right, Carter, 10. Jamie, 8. And I don't know where you guys were. Casey's at a 10. Taze. Kyle, 7.
Raylan's a 9.
All right. Another 7. I got Austin, where are you? 7? Ooh. Very good. I feel like a lot of you moved up.
Shayla's a 7.
7.
On the next page,
Owen
we
and
have.
Blake. What are Owen and Blake there?
Are you 5s? They're 5s.
No.
No.
Oh, 10s?
Yeah.
You're both
They're
10?
10 together.
I'm 5. I'm
Blake,
5.
5, yeah. All right.
And
Eli.
Let's see.
What's Eli? There's another 8.
Eli is yeah.
Eli, 5. Eli, are you a 5?
Yes.
Thumbs up. All right. Very good. I think I got.
We got 10, another 10. Harper's 10.
Harper's 10. Kyle. We got Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle was at 7.
She was a 7.
Awesome. Reese, what are you at? 9.
9. Mm-hmm. Susan, what were you? Susan's a 10. Amber's a 5.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here's where our ending. It looks like we're shifting. Whoever had the 3 looked like they had moved up. We still got some of you at 5, some at 6, and some are. You guys are shifting more up towards. We got a lot more 10s now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we only had 5. That's awesome. So some of you guys are shifting upward. All right. I want you guys to continue that, and hopefully you can come to the other word problem stuff that we're going to do. Okay. Jamie and I will do some more next week. Okay. On word problems. You think you guys can come? Yeah. All right. I hope you'll feel even more better. Okay. Every time we'll see if you can get farther in your number. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to unmute you guys so you can tell each other goodbye. Can you unmute everybody?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Max's messenger kid. I call you. Bye.
Wow.
I do love you.
This is like 42.
Bye.
Bye.